Hey everybody, this is Brian. I got this really cool book up in Wolfboro last year, and I ended up getting it because I thought it was pretty funny, and it had to do with pop culture, but also it was past Father's Day, but I wanted to make a video of this book I got, and I bought it for myself. I was up there looking around, and then I saw this. This book here is it's very cool because it has to do a lot with obviously you know fathers well basically and anyway I figured I'd read it. Has a lot of very cool artwork in it, and also has to do with a lot with pop culture. And this right here says, to my dad, Tom Boozin, who let me climb trees, watch The Simpsons, and play with matches. I love it. It's a nice, like, little tribute. So, I filmed it this way because I was going to put it on TikTok, but I'll eventually, I might make another recording of this, basically in another format, horizontal view. It says, congratulations, Daddy-O. Welcome to the club. Who knew that was possible to feel this kind of love? As days go by, with pride and awe, and watch your child grow, you watch your child grow. Fatherhood, it's so damn good. You'll shout for all to know. I do agree. It is great having kids. I'm lucky to have two really great kids. Then, as if by magic, comes a whisper in your ear. It creeps up slowly and grips you tight with that specter we call fear. Sorry. I had to rig up this really crazy setup to hold this camera and, my phone. And I have an external microphone. So the littlest movement I make, this thing starts wobbling everywhere, so I apologize about that. What if I'm not meant for this? You might begin to think. What if I try this dad stuff and I completely stink? I can't explain how taxes work or how to cook a steak. I don't know facts from World War II or when to check your brakes. I've never built a treehouse I haven't even tried. What if my kids need something I simply can't provide? And though of course you will mess up, remember this is true. When put into perspective, there are dads way worse than you. You can't be worse than Thanos. The purple guy. He pushed his daughter off a cliff. So yeah, you're doing fine. And we all remember that scene. And everyone went, oh no! Oh my god, he killed his daughter. But that's that's pretty hilarious. And by the way, I haven't really read this book. I only checked a few pages just to see if I'd like it. What if at a barbecue, your grill dad skills are green, as long as what you're cooking isn't methamphetamine? And there's Walter from Breaking Bad. It's awesome. It's like one of the best TV shows in my opinion. I've actually watched that 5 times all the way through. Oops, forgot their bath time. Mess up a midday snack? Better than a cauterizing lightsaber attack. And And most of us know this scene too, although I think it would be pretty hilarious if they made it exactly like this part right here, where they're just kind of looking at the hand and thinking about it. Clever Dr. Frankenstein, created on... Oh, sorry. Let me start that over. I'm reading this thing from a little further away, and I can't use my glasses to read it. Clever Dr. Frankenstein created his own son, then went on to murder everything and everyone. And you get the daddy issue meter there. That's a great classic. This movie is one of my favorite movies. I mean, most of you that know me probably already know this, but I've watched this so many times, probably over 50 times. Seriously, one of my favorite movies. I know Stephen King wasn't happy with this movie production of his book, but honestly, it's one of my favorite movies. And the acting, everything. Anyhow, trips with the kids are stressful. They'll make you lose your mind. Just leave that hatchet back at home, and it'll be all right. I thought that was going to rhyme. Well, it doesn't matter. It's still funny. Then there's Bowser Jr., and his old man's an asshole. A deadbeat dad off hiding Peach inside another castle. That's awesome. Thank you, Bowser Jr. Beat Dad is in another castle. Great games. I'm going to probably butcher this one. Pharaoh Akhenaten. That guy was real deranged. His son, King Tut, was so ashamed. He had his own name changed. Graffiti. On days when you feel dad guilt about the things you did, at least you've never had to say, "Honey, I Shrunk the Kids." That's an awesome movie, especially for its time. Poor dad, rich dad, in between. Nobody's gonna care. Midas had the golden touch, and look what happened there. I kinda know that story. So this one isn't as funny to me, but I understand he had the golden touch. I think that's what it was. Oh, here's another classic. I like the artwork a lot. It looks almost like this artwork that was on Adult Swim for their cartoons, and obviously cartoons, that's all they had pretty much. Well, mostly. Well, they had Steve Brule and stuff like that. But anyway, kind of reminds me of some of that artwork. For dads who feel they work too much, before you start a fretting, the Godfather took business meetings at his daughter's wedding. That's a great movie. Poor kid Harry Osborn. His pop's an awful one. Too busy hunting Spider-Man to spend time with his son. Yeah, that's true. I've read a ton of those comics, and they're awesome. The movies are really good, too. Lord Tywin from Game of Thrones? Oh man, his kids were bitter. Take comfort in the fact that yours haven't killed you on the shitter. That show was awesome. Got a little kind of crazy at the end, but man, what a great show. Hodor speaks Hodor. Hodor. Dads can suck, as we've all seen, but moms are also liable. Carrie's mom thought she was cursed and smacked her with the Bible. Oh, that's absolutely true. That movie was awesome. A sick movie, pretty sick. Really well done. Another Stephen King movie that was great. But man, his mother, I mean, her mother, thinking Father's Day, complete psychopath. Norma Bates from Psycho gave her son too much love, so he took to stabbing pretty ladies in the tub. That's another great classic. Alfred Hitchcock. They actually used, because the movie was black and white, they actually used, from what I heard, chocolate syrup for the blood. Dropped your kid off late to Taekwondo by half an hour. Better than the mom who locked her daughter in a tower. Yeah, Rapunzel. Yeah, a lot of us know that story. I can't imagine she shampooed much. That hair must have been pretty nasty. Both adults from Home Alone, by all accounts, quite nice. But they forgot their son home. In fact, they did it twice. Yeah, those two movies are great. The first one, obviously, is way better. But in general, yeah, you got to be a bad parent if you know, it's bad enough they did it the first time, but the second time, man, give me a break. Honestly, there'll be times you'll feel like the world's worst dad, but when it comes to having kids, mistakes are often had. They fall from trees and skin their knees, and fail their science test. They'll climb on shelves and burn themselves, and steal from CVS. I've never stolen from CVS. I've seen people steal from CVS, but I haven't done it. They'll play their music way too loud and dye their hair too bright. They'll talk back when you ground them, and you'll end up in a fight. They'll sneak out after midnight, go streaking in the dark. Really? They'll kiss on dates and fall in love and nurse a broken heart. And though you can't protect them as they spread their wings to fly, you'll be right there to catch them and hold them when they cry. Oh, that's adorable. You're texting. You might not make the Guinness Book for parenting the best, but even so, your kid believes you're better than the rest. So on those days when nothing's right and everything feels cursed, just know that when it comes to dads, yeah, there's a lot going on in this one. Yeah, it's like all the bad dads are hanging out. You'll never be the worst. Oh, I'm not going to read this part. This is an appendix. It's essentially looks like it describes, Dr. Frankenstein, Bowser, Jack Torrance, Walter White, Thanos, Darth Vader, Phantom. I'm going to butcher the name again. Akhenaten. Sounds like something from Star Wars. Wayne Szalinski, King Midas, Don Vito Corleone, Norman Osborn, Tywin Lannister, Margaret White, Norma Bates, Rapunzel's godmother, Kate and Peter McAllister. And here are the acknowledgements. Obviously, I don't know any of those people, but very nice to acknowledge them. What else we got? About the author and the illustrator. They did some really great work on this book. That's the back. So, with that being said, if you're one of those dads that's like, geez, I could have done better, or I should have done this or that, just think of these guys. These guys are the ones that, I don't think you can outdo them in being a bad dad. But hopefully none of you are bad dads. My dad was really cool. We did lots of things. We blew stuff up. We shot guns. He taught me gun safety. We drove around smash-up derby cars, talked about science. We talked about all kinds of stuff. And, we did a lot of hiking, mountain climbing, lots and lots of cool things. And we saw lots of very cool movies together. And he always said, he always felt like every time we went out to the woods, it was like Raiders of the Lost Ark. And he brought his leather hat, wore his jeans, and, would go out in the woods and, would go on all kinds of adventures and find all kinds of cool stuff out in the woods. Primarily Wolfboro, which is actually where I bought this book. And it actually came from, if you guys are ever in Wolfboro, the Country Bookseller. This bookshop is awesome. They have a lot of cool stuff, and I highly suggest, if you ever get a chance, to check the place out when you're in Wolfboro. And there's a really good candy shop, like right next to it, and a hobby shop. I apologize, I don't remember the names of those places, but those are really great as well. I mean, in general, the center of Wolfboro is an absolute tourist trap. But the Country Bookseller, and then the candy shop, and the hobby shop, all kind of right in this little nook on the main street. So highly worth checking out. But for all you dads out there, have a great weekend and have a great Father's Day. Take it easy. Bye-bye.